Let's bring in law and crime host and legal analyst Terri Austin for more on this. Terri, we've now heard at least 4 witnesses testify as bystanders, and that they say as bystanders pleaded with Chauvin to get off George Floyd, he seemed to dig his knee even harder into Floyd's neck. How might that impact this case?
I think all of the witnesses so far have been very consistent. You saw Donald Williams, and obviously his testimony as a martial arts expert was very important. But the 4 minor children who were there at the time, they also very much corroborated the fact that Chauvin's knee was on Floyd's neck. He did not let up, and he didn't let up until the medics came and said, please get off. So I think that was powerful, the fact that they were so young and they saw all of this in front of them. Very credible witnesses, and I think it went over very well as far as the jury was concerned. And as far as Genevieve is concerned, as you just reported, she was very testy, and she also corroborated a lot of the facts. But I think the fact that she argued with Eric Nelson really hurt her credibility. And the fact that the judge had to discipline her outside the jury, I think is going to really affect overall her testimony. So interesting day for sure.
It was, and it's important to note that the jury didn't see that, that scolding or admonishment by the judge. We, the viewers, did, though, of course. And Genevieve heard that. Now, this is all part of a strategy by the defense to try to establish that these bystander witnesses were part of an angry and threatening crowd. It seems to be when they get into this line of questioning that we saw some tension with Donald Williams and then again some tension, as you mentioned, with Genevieve Hansen. Do you think the overall strategy is working?
It's interesting because I think that when they were prepped, perhaps one of the things the prosecution said was, don't let them make you look as though you were angry. Maybe you were frustrated. But I do think that one of the things that both Donald and Genevieve should have done is answer the questions directly, not argue, not push back, and say what they have to say. Clearly, when we heard Donald talking, he was saying, look, you're not going to make me look as though I was an angry individual. And I thought that was good. But the fact that he answered the questions the way he did, he had an attitude, that takes away from the testimony. And the same with Genevieve. She actually had to be told by Judge Cahill, you have to answer the question. And when she answered one of the questions and she continued to explain about the body weight, the judge said, just answer the question. And she said, and this is when he stopped her and took the jury out, she said, I was answering the question. So a little bit more argumentative than they should. I think the tactic is still a good tactic. The crowd wasn't angry. The crowd was upset. The crowd was frustrated. No one was listening to them. So it's a good tactic, but it wasn't executed as well as it could have been.
And when you say it's a good tactic, you mean by the prosecution or by the defense?
I think it's a good tactic by the prosecution to make sure that the witnesses are all consistent, that we weren't, as a crowd, getting angry. We were just frustrated. But I don't think that it is being executed as well as the prosecution would have liked it to have been done. You make a very good point, Diane. I do think Eric Nelson is picking up on that, and he's maybe going into that territory intentionally to get the witnesses a little bit upset so they don't come across as credible as they might be if they didn't get so upset.
And you say that you expect that all of this to affect Genevieve Hansen's testimony today. Can you explain that a little bit more? And in general, what else are you looking out for today?
Well, I'm looking for her today to be a little bit more calm and cool. She definitely is a proud individual. She knows what she's doing, and I think some of that is still going to come across. But when a judge takes the time to discipline you, I think that will have an effect. Although, Diane, I have to say, the last word she said when she got off that stand was, okay, or something to that effect. It was quite cavalier, and I was surprised that she answered or addressed the judge like that when he said, we'll see you back here tomorrow at 9:30. And I thought that anyone sitting there being scolded by the judge would have, at that point in time, been a little bit more receptive to what he had to say. Hopefully she slept on it, and when she comes back today, she will be a bit more cool, calm, and collected.
All right, Terri Austin, great to have you. Terri, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.